The View co-hosts didn't hold back this week when discussing Kristi Noem's recent flub during a Senate hearing, and the tone quickly shifted from serious political critique to pointed humor. The moment that sparked the conversation was Noem's glaringly incorrect definition of habeas corpus, a long-standing legal principle that protects individuals from unlawful detention. Instead of defining it correctly, Noem suggested that habeas corpus was the constitutional right that the president has to remove people from this country, a statement that sent legal minds and morning talk show panels into a frenzy. Alyssa, Farah, Griffin, and Hostin had plenty to say about the slip-up. While Griffin acknowledged that Noem's answer was wrong, she suggested Noem may have been playing politics, offering an answer that would resonate with former President Donald Trump and his supporters. Kristi Noem may be a puppy killer, but she's not dumb, Griffin remarked, referencing Noem's now infamous confession in her memoir about shooting her own dog, Cricket, for being untrainable. Noem defended that incident at the time, saying tough choices like that are common on farms, though the public, understandably, had strong reactions. Joy Behar chimed in with her own take, speculating that Noem knew the correct definition but gave a skewed version to appeal to Trump. Is it possible that she actually knows what habeas corpus is, but she's appealing to an audience of one? And we know who he is, Behar asked. Griffin agreed, saying Noem gave the response Trump would want to hear, but she doubled down on the idea that Noem isn't lacking in intelligence. However, Hostin wasn't convinced. She made it clear she believes Noem simply didn't know what she was talking about. I think the puppy killer is not that smart, and I also think she is not a lawyer. She does not know, Hostin said bluntly. When Griffin pushed back, saying, "You don't have to be a lawyer to know what habeas corpus is," Hostin remained firm. "The average person doesn't know it, and I don't think Kristi Noem knows it," she stated. Despite the fiery nature of the topic, the discussion had a somewhat lighthearted tone, at least by the View's standards. Still, the underlying concern was serious. Whether a public official in such a high position should be expected to know basic constitutional concepts and what it says when they either don't or pretend not to in the name of political posturing. While the co-hosts didn't all agree on whether Noem's mistake was intentional or out of ignorance, they all seemed to agree on one thing. In today's political landscape, even a legal term like habeas corpus can become a viral moment of controversy. It's a reflection of the current political climate, where every word from a public figure is picked apart not just for its legal accuracy, but for what it signals to voters. Whether Noem's comment was a calculated move or an unfortunate gaffe, the attention it drew, both for its constitutional misstep and the revived puppy killer label, has kept her in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons.